Hey, it's Adam from Outlier. We've made it. We made it to NFL Week 1. Are you excited? I'm excited. No more betting FIBA basketball unless you want to. No more home run props unless you want to, which is me because I've kind of been on a home run heater. But look, Week 1 NFL. Let's get into it. I got a trend for you guys from Bet Labs. Since 2005, favorites of 6 points or more in Week 1 are only 39, 51, and 2 ATS. They're covering only at 43%. So big faves don't do well. Who are some of those big faves? The Ravens are laying 10 to the Texans. The Chiefs on Thursday are laying 6.5 to Detroit. The Commanders are laying 7 to the Cardinals, who haven't even announced who their quarterback is. And the Vikings are laying 6 to the Bucks. So just something to keep in mind that traditionally those teams in Week 1 do not cover. A lot of questions that are this year. Is Brock Purdy for real? Eagles fans like myself do not think so. But there might be some people who do. I don't think so. Can the Eagles repeat? A lot of people think that we can. I think we can, as at least NFC champs. Is Dallas going to take that next step? Are the Seahawks for real? There's a lot of cool stuff. A loaded AFC with every incredible quarterback going on over there. The Chargers going to take a step forward now that Kellen Moore is the OC. A lot of cool stuff that's going on. Like a lot of information and news centering around injury-wise Joe Burrow, because he got hurt during the preseason and nobody has seen him play in a preseason game, obviously. Hurt that calf. They were worried about it being an Achilles. Looks like he's good to go. We're hearing that he's good to go. We're hearing that he's practicing. So in NFL, all we can do is take information. Line never really moved, so I think he's good to go. He traditionally has not done well against on road games to open the season. Hasn't really done well against the Browns, actually. Short sample sizes, but that's just something to think about. Something also to think about is how big money splits impact things in the NFL. It is a sharper money sport. So things move very quickly. They'll move after Monday. They'll move in a look ahead lines. They'll move later in the week. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. You don't always have to take the sharp side, because if sharp sides always won, books would close. And sharps don't always know something. Public sometimes knows too, but there are things to think about. Like, for example, Tampa Bay, they're only getting 36% of the tickets, but they're getting 83% of the money. That kind of split matters because respected money is keeping that within line. You got to ask yourself sometimes, is this too good to be true? Usually you basically want to say, is the book going to be okay with taking all of this like Vikings money or whatever it's going to be? Think about that. That's sort of how you can help make a decision, because you kind of want to balance your portfolio of having stuff the book needs. Something else that is pretty interesting is that there are only 6 games out of the 16 that have a total above 45.5. 45.5 is relatively low in today's NFL in a passing happy league. So it's just something to keep an eye on. Another thing, the Jags, who are the darlings of the offseason, not in the top 3 according to BetMGM for handle or ticket count for Super Bowl, but a lot of gambling Twitter, gambling X are pretty high on them, probably because of Doug Peterson, because Trevor Lawrence, a lot of that step forward stuff. But my thing that I noticed is that they're only 4-point road favorites against the Colts, who everybody universally thinks is going to be terrible. So, and then by comparison, they have a 6.5 win total. The Texans have a 6.5 win total, and they're 10-point dogs. So, it's not apples to apples, but it's a little bit weird. So also relatively low total here, 45.5. I'm just trying to ask myself, why aren't the Jags bigger favorites here, given the talent discrepancy? And it also kind of led me doing some research, coming up with another trend that I want to tell you about. Home dogs of 4 or more points where the total is below 47. So 46.5 or lower. That's very, very key. They're 54, 38, and 0 ATS since 2020. Also, this trend is 8-2 in week 1. So what that means is, if you are a home dog of 4 points or more, and you have a total that is 46.5 or lower, you cover very well in week 1 over the last few years. There are 2 teams that fit this description. Sadly, one of them is playing my Eagles. It is the New England Patriots, who are 4-point dogs at home, and the Colts, who we also discussed, are 4-point dogs at home. So if you're a trend backer, you might want to bet those. But look, we're going to have some more content things this week. We're going to drop a video before the Thursday game, drop one on Friday before the Sunday stuff. It's going to be great. NFL's back. Thanks for coming by. Like, subscribe, do all the things that you can, and I'll talk to you soon.